Whenever people are investigating supposed paranormal sites, they often try to capture EVP, electronic voice phenomena. You probably know, but just in case you didn't, but rarely people capture a clear recording. Most of the time my ears hear maybe that's something, I don't know. But I hear a bunch of garble. But some of these had me thinking maybe there was something there because they were more distinguishable than others. So here we are. I'm your host, Abby, and here are top 10 scary audio recordings that can't be explained. Some of these have had their audio boosted so they can be heard more clearly. So first at number 10 is The Drowning. This clip was recorded by Brendan Cook and Barbara McBeath from the Ghost Investigator Society. It was recorded in an empty room in an abandoned mental hospital in Ogden, Utah. The recording I'm showing is something Cook said is the oddest recording that the pair has ever recorded. So it sounds like a child is saying, "I can't breathe," over and over. Then there are voices in and out, then water thrashing. That continues for a while until there is a thud, and then silence. The pair of investigators claim that there were no children present and that there has been no running water in the facility for almost 20 years. The only water in the building is in the building's basement where there is an old well. Listen for yourself. Number 9 is the table incident. So Kimberly Rodney on YouTube heard odd knocking noises coming from a table in her bedroom. So she set up a table recorder to see if she could pick anything up. She heard 5 different voices on the EVP after analyzing it. She left the tape recorder alone in her room during these recordings. The first 4 recordings were more muffled and had to be turned up to be heard, but the 5th one was something she classified as a Class A recording. Listen out for "Back to Work with Me" and see if that's what you hear. She said when she heard it, she jumped a mile, took off her headphones, and stopped analyzing the tape. It caught her so off guard she stopped recording for things for a year and a half. At number 8 is A Child. So this clip is from YouTube user Jojo31978. I will now be calling her Jojo from now on. She was getting her voice recorder ready to see if she could capture some EVP when her 8-year-old son asked her how it worked. Jojo asked him to say something into it after she pressed record, that way she could show him. He said, "I love Mom," into it, but when she played it back she heard another child's voice before her son's. Have a listen.
I love Mom. I love Mom.
Jojo is pretty sure the dissonant voice says, "Call Poppy." Jojo finds this significant since the reason she got the recorder out was to see if her dad would leave a message. Both she and her sister have lost children, so Jojo says she is sure it is one of them on the recording, maybe telling her to reach out to her dad. At number 7 we have high-pitched mystery sound. So this sound is now known as the Forest Grove sound because it happened exclusively in Forest Grove, Oregon. It happened only during February of 2016, but it was so annoying that about 200 calls were made to the Forest Grove Police Department about it.
The truth is out there, and whatever it sure is loud and baffling. Neil Karlinski, ABC News, Seattle.
So to you, does it sound like a steam whistle, a flute played off pitch, or car brakes? Whatever it was, no one knows. A physics professor named Andrew Dawes mapped out where noise was heard, but any results were inconclusive. So no one has any solid facts about what was doing this, and it just ended up stopping. It wasn't wildlife, it wasn't water or gas leak, there was a haunted house later that year based on the noise, but the mystery isn't solved. The haunted house, by the way, was called Aliens in the Grove, so maybe that's what was happening? At number 6, a disembodied ghost voice. So this was posted in March of 2019. Ghost Hunt Weekend says they believe it's a man's voice saying either EVP or EV. It was recorded at the Thomas House Hotel from inside the Grand Seance Room. A woman asks, "Would you do that please? Would you tell me your name?" And then some raspy audio comes through. That's what Ghost Hunt Weekends thinks is a man voice saying EVP or EV. Now, if it was saying EV, I'm guessing the voice may be looking for someone named Evie, a wife, mother, sister, or child perhaps. But if it's saying EVP, I bet it is some ghost whispering to another one to stay quiet so they don't get caught. You know, like, shh, it's EVP type thing. Have a listen for yourself.
Do that, please. Will you tell me your name? Will you tell me your name? Will you tell me your name?
At number 5 is Whispers by the Morgue. So, the American Paranormal Research Association worked in partnership with the Los Angeles Paranormal Association. They were at Linda Vista Community Hospital. They collected an EVP in the basement hallway that led to the morgue. On the recording, one investigator asked, "How are you associated with the hospital?" And in response, they heard this.
How are you associated with the hospital?
Now, listen again and see if you can hear what the investigators thought they heard. "We're not dead."
How are you associated with the hospital?
So, if these are not ghosts of the dead, why are they hanging out at the morgue? Or are these spirits that have passed that are in denial? Or are they playing a joke? I obviously don't know. These are audio recordings that can't be explained, so I can't really tell you, can I? But see what you hear and whatever you can make of it. On to number 4, whispers from ROXY. So this EVP was captured during a paranormal investigation at a squash club in Swinton, United Kingdom. It was originally a movie theater called ROXY Cinema that shut its doors unexpectedly in 1965. It was being investigated because the squash club's manager reported seeing a shadow ghost and some bottles moving by themselves. Here's the EVP. The investigative team said they heard, "I'm one down here," but others have suggested that the clip says, "I'm not done here." So listen again. Which do you think it is? Number 3 is televised scream. So EVP are captured by paranormal investigative teams, and that includes the Ghost Adventures crew. During season 17, episode 4, Tin Tick Mining District, they shared this EVP that they caught.
What name are you connected to? Who brought you here?
Zach's prompting questions were 1. What name are you connected to? And 2. Who brought you here? Zach says there is a voice that responds, Zach Baggins, in response to his first question. But the really chilling audio is the response to the second question.
Who brought you here?
Dude,
What the fuck?
that's not human at all.
Do you hear that? That's some sort of demonic or ghastly shrill scream. So whatever that thing was that made that noise, it's not happy. Another demonic sound is at number 2, demon sounds. So this sound was posted by Don Garvey on YouTube. He wrote that it comes from paranormal investigators in Philadelphia. So apparently the backstory is a homeowner was complaining of noises coming from their basement in the middle of the night. The paranormal investigative team put a digital audio recorder in the basement to see if they could pick up anything. The first 3 days there was nothing out of the ordinary. But then on the 4th night they caught this at 3:12 a.m. Garvey said in the original video that the audio was amplified 20 times, but nothing else was done to the audio. Garvey posted this back in November of 2007, just so you know. But let's go on to our last one. Number 1 is Ghost Fight. For this one, I invite you to have a listen and see what you can hear for yourself. Listen out for clock ticking, sounds of fighting, screaming, a man's voice, a voice saying, "Hello baby," and more screaming. Now that you've heard it, I'll give you more details. This clip was captured by the Central New York Ghost Hunters back in 2007. They did an overnight investigation at an old hotel. The hotel apparently had a history of nefarious activity, which may be why the EVP is the way it is. Everyone on hotel staff and the ghost hunters present the night of the recording were female, but listen out for the distinctly male-sounding voice in the recording. They recorded it in a stairwell below an empty floor where they had been hearing sounds, so maybe those sounds they had been hearing were just the sounds of the ghost and they caught it more amplified on the EVP. Maybe? I don't know, but on that audible note, that is all I have for you folks today. That was top 10 scary audio recordings that can't be explained. So please let me know what you think some of these EVPs said, because I bet your ears are better than mine, and while you're down there letting me know, make sure to give us a like and subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when we post. I've been your host, Abby Kelly. Until next time, have a good one, goodbye, and if we have bloopers, hit it. There's a download on that page link that I gave you, editors. Yeet. Okay. you not hear that ringing? Do I have tinnitus? Maybe. Bunch of audio is in here.